what you want. My cat sat on my computer earlier while I was doing something in the other room with Lindsay, and I think he deleted one of my questions. Damn you, Desmond.
I don't know if anybody would know this, but is Poland rated a flawed democracy or a hybrid regime these days?
I would not. Okay, so we are on the planet of Temera, and I'm gonna roll D147, and we'll see what I get.
Oh, I just realized I was in mute. Poland is, I think, considered a flawed democracy. There are no aspects of socialism in the Polish government, at least not from an ideological standpoint.
Right.
For comparison's sake, because, hey, yeah, I'm a political scientist, they are significantly more right-wing than Germany.
Yep, I knew that. I just didn't know if it had, like, devolved, because I think that Hungary is, like, literally on the verge of being a hybrid regime.
Mhm.
And I didn't know if they had, like, sunk to that level, or...
Well, Hungary has more of a history of going into a hybrid regime or,
Right.
or having aspects of old world social, like USSR style socialism, because of their proximity to Yugoslavia or former Yugoslavia.
Yeah, and then they basically traded one form of, like, authoritarianism in the 1900s for another midway through.
Yeah, it's the story of humanity.
Yeah,
We don't like
yeah.
this authoritarianism. We like that authoritarianism.
Okay, so are we all ready to do our pregame question?
I am.
Okay, so dropping it in the chat, and I guess I'll drop it in general as well. The question is, does your character feel that they deserve to have what they want, or do they feel that they need to earn it first? I know I've asked this question to you guys in the past. I don't think I've asked it for these characters.
Say the question again?
Does your character feel that they deserve to have what they want, whether it is material or abstract, or do they feel that they have to earn it first?
I actually think we did ask this question.
For these characters?
I remember it. I remember it. If I remember it, I think.
Okay, then we're rolling another one. The first two I rolled, we've already done too. Okay, I can modify this one in a way that is compelling. So, have we talked about your character's siblings yet?
Yeah, we have.
Jesus! Okay, this is one we can probably work with that I don't think we've done. The question is, has your character ever witnessed something that fundamentally changed them? If so, how, and does anybody else know?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that question?
I will paste it in both of the chats.
Okay.
Have you ever seen something that really changed you?
Yeah, I would argue that when Ruda killed his first demon by his father's, instruction and initiation into being a child of Aelfheim, yes, that definitely changed him.
Okay.
I think before then he was bound to be a chess player, and then
Jesus.
Wow.
How the tides have turned.
That's a hard shift.
Space chess.
So
I think,
no, goes I. I'm very interested to hear from Roy.
I was going to say, I think that meeting and traveling with MX8 changed Roy. From a perspective of like it, respect, curiosity, and sorrow. He sort of sees him as someone who is both opposite and identical to him. As in, he is a non-organic intelligence, but he appears to be affected in some way by human thought or organic thought processes, but he is in a non-organic body. So, like, Roy feels sorrow for his interaction, for whatever has rubbed off on him from organic experiences, and Roy didn't before that have any sense of like sorrow really for another. So I guess it makes it kind of made him more empathetic in a way. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, that's very interesting. So,
is anybody available to do game notes today? Like we got some animal situations happening.
Okay, well, I'm taking game notes so far.
I could take over game notes if you want to just DM.
Okay. I'm very curious to hear what Aviline has to say for this, because I think we've already seen a few like very transformative moments for Aviline already so far in the campaign.
She a little busy at the moment. That's why I say those animal issues.
Okay, well, while she's figuring that out, Mike, I would love to hear about MX8.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick question for Zai. Do you think that the change that MX8 has caused in you is for the better or for the worse?
I think it's for the better. Roy's experience prior to meeting MX8 and just joining the crew of the Galanga in general was a very solitary one. He's a scout / ranger class character, and that led to him being alone a lot of the time. So it's like, why would you think about or be empathetic toward others if you're alone all the time and you feel like you're about to die in a few years and no one gives a fuck? But like now that thought process is starting to expand. He didn't feel like there was anyone like him before, but now he feels like there is someone like him. So that pure individualism has started to fade.
Okay. That's okay. So I'm gonna change my original answer then. It's still very close to the same thing, but I feel like there were two very formative times in MX8's life. The first being on the planet that was destroyed, and kind of the truth that they thought of originally, kind of changing the way that they thought about like organic life. The next then being Roy kind of changing the way that Mate started to think about organic life, and kind of the casual nature with which they were changing. And most of this all stems from being removed from the network.
Bryn is getting chips.
Cool beans.
Same question then. I feel like I kind of know the answer to this. Is that a positive view of organic life or a negative view of organic life?
So it would be easier to just say life that stems from the network and then life that doesn't.
Okay.
And still to answer a little bit further, I would say most definitely a less favorable light. MX8 sees organic life now, but does not 100% believe that they shouldn't exist. Like, it's not like, hey, let's cause organic genocide. It's more like a curiosity.
You haven't gone full bender.
No. It's definitely not full bender. I think it's in an effort to understand Roy. Mate wants to know why Roy feels the way that he does about organic life, and at most is willing to like shoo away the needs of children.
It's very interesting because, like, the vast majority of MX8's existence as a like consciousness separate from the network was in the form of being like a shepherd over organic life forms.
Which is why I think that like having what happened between the Xenotians and the gosh, I can never remember the name. Who are the plant people?
Aelfin?
Yeah, the Aelfin on that planet, and then kind of understanding the truth around like why that happened is more harmful than I even think that being removed from the network was for me. Like that ended up being a lot more formative. Yeah.
The easy way to remember Aelfin is to just say Elvin, but with like a little bit of an accent.
Yeah, just put a little stank on it. Yeah.
Mine ties in pretty well with what they were talking about because this was before Roy and Mate went. I was thinking of the time that Amil helped Mate and Roy access Mate's memories.
I was wondering who was going to bring that up.
Yeah. Amil comes at it at a kind of like a weird angle because when like shoot, what am I trying to say? Nova, God, that's the word I was trying to think of. When Nova are born, they're kind of like just this like universe unto themselves, like especially ones born into like from supernova themselves, and then they met organic life, and it was like, okay, well, there's our weird goopy selves and organics, and then I met a bunch of non-organics, but weren't like me. So now it's like deepened almost sense of like, what the fuck even are Nova? Because we're not. Because it seems like, okay, there was just biological life and then Nova. And now there's biological life and synthetic life and then this weird nuclear soup that is me, and I don't understand it.
That's very interesting, kind of existential dread twist of like, what is humans? Are we just a brain in a jar? It's like the same thing.
It's the same thing, but like there's not. I think the thing that really got Amil thinking about it is like we went in and we found Mate's, the thing that was Mate, and we like turned it off for a little bit, and there was like one thing I could point to in Mate that's like, okay, that's Mate. Like, and with humans it's a brain, and with non-organics it's like a combination of circuits, but like Nova are just weird because there's not one thing that you can point to, because you can like slice a Nova at any point and then grow another Nova from it. So it's like, what is it?
They have a distributed conscience.
Yeah.
That's very
like
cool.
Your biology is quantum theory, basically. So like it both exists and doesn't exist, and somehow forms something that can approximate sapience.
Yeah, Nova are kind of like, it seems like this weird, like, probably the closest biologically you get are like slime mold.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, like, but it's like, we're like conscious quantum slime molds, and it's weird.
Yeah, no, they're very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have found, who am I missing? We're missing an Aeneas, and we're missing...
I'm here.
No, Morgan said it was killing a demon.
Yep.
Oh, I missed that part, my bad.
I think it's just Aeneas. How is her kitty wrangling going?
Oh, it's not kitty, it's dragon wrangling.
I just got back. Hello.
Okay.
Some poop. Some nasty poop.
Okay.
Oh no, I hate those.
So
This one feels a little cheap for me because it feels so main character anime feeling to be like, yes, something I myself did fundamentally changed me. But that whole situation of saving the heart of Fatima Ra, like
That's
I
what I
think
was
it
gonna
just
say.
kind of yeah, it Aviline hasn't been the same since then, and it's not. I would say it's both in a good way and a bad way because, like, obviously she feels fantastic about it. She was able to do something, but she was also riddled with like an insane amount of guilt because it was like she was able to do something in that situation, but she wasn't able to do anything in like past situations where she like lost her planet and her family. But I think overall it fundamentally changed Aviline in a lot of ways. She's a lot more mature now. She's less selfish and concerned about how she herself is going to get through something, and she's more concerned about everyone else around her. She's just more it did a lot to pull Aviline out of her own world, I would say, because I'd say a lot of times Aviline is living in a fantasy land of her own making.
Is that how you spell it?
Fatimah, Fatimah.
Oh.
And then RUH is the second word.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay, that's a fantastic answer. And I think that one of the most interesting parts of that, like, idea, is the fact that immediately after saving the heart, while you were, like, processing all of that stuff, you got civa.
Yeah.
And I think that civa probably really informed, like, I think that had to have been very influential in that, like, healing process. That healing and growing.
I think Civa actually does a lot more for Aviline than just... Like, I feel like Aviline depends on Civa more as, like, a force of support than she does as a weapon. I don't think she even, like, sees Civa and sees a sword. Like, she knows what she is, but she's more enamored with Civa than she is with what Civa is.
Well, I really love that, and I think that's a very fitting, that's very fitting of, like, what the kind of thing that Civa is supposed to be. Because Civa, like, the idea of Aelfin, like, soul tech is that it's not a tool, it's a person. When you have, like, Jagara, it's not just like, this is a very powerful mech that I have. This is somebody I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's spot on. Like, that is the thing that you are reacting to is the intended design of the soul crystal weapon augment system thing. Okay, so that's fantastic. So our last game ended. You guys had gotten a quest from a boy to help find his daddy, who is presumed dead on this planet that is abandoned for the vast majority of the year. And then once a year, this planet really pops off with the yearly... Do we have a name for this festival? Does somebody want to come up with a name for this festival?
Yeah, I came up with it last game.
I feel like we did. We did. Let me
it was
check
like
the notes
Festival
from last
Day
week.
or something. It was something simple. Festivus.
It has to be something kind of crunchy, because
Festivus.
it is a real rowdy boy situation.
Purgivus?
Oh, it was the Fire Spring Festival.
What was it?
Fire Spring.
Yeah, the Fire Spring Festival.
Okay, cool. So, you guys have arrived at Fire Spring Fest. Now, you are not here explicitly for Fire Spring Fest. You're here to find this guy's missing father figure. But the fact that there's so many people on, around to question might be an asset to you. So, I think our game starts with you guys docking in the Galanga. Does that sound right to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm moving y'all over to a new map, and I'm gonna drop in some stuff. This is the general aesthetic of what the Fire Spring Festival looks like. It's much, much bigger than this. I would say this little thing here is kind of like one air quotes neighborhood in an entire city. So just imagine.
Does this city pop up just for the festival?
I think the bones of it are there.
So it's like
year round.
Renfest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's like Renfest, but it's Borderland.
Mm-hmm.
We got a space Ja Rule here.
I'll be honest. This thing is inspired by Burning Man, and it would help if I knew a single thing about Burning Man.
People do lots of drugs, make a giant wicker structure of a man, and then burn them, and then trip on said drugs, and then have sex and vomit, drink more, and then go home.
But is the housing situation that they're doing all of this in temporary or permanent? I assume temporary.
I think it's
Largely
permanent.
temporary.
Going on in the same spot, I think, for a long time.
Here's what I think happens. I think that there are savages that live here for the rest of the year, and then when this festival comes into town, everybody just gets forcefully.
Yeah,
Well,
there are
people
definitely
die.
townies. There are definitely townies, but have y'all ever been to a shindig up at Frostburg or anything like that? Or Hullabaloo or anything? They're like these massive field parties, and lots of people have tents.
I think
There
I've-
are
it's
some
just-
areas where it's they look like those MASH tents, like from the show MASH.
It's a weird mixture of people because it's like half of the people there are selling drugs to the other half of the people there who are there to blow 1% of their trust fund all in one place.
Mm-hmm. There are some structures and some infrastructure because you'll have sound stages in some places, and you'll have porta potties set up in other places, but it is largely unregulated, so there's not a real consistent feel.
Okay. All right. Cool. So so you guys find yourself coming down in Fire Spring Festival pop-up town. Now, worth noting, it doesn't seem like there's a good proper dock.
Yeah,
really.
I send out docking request forms that I every time I pre-prepare my docking form and I send it out. Do I get a reply?
Yeah, I think the
Docking in normal spaceports and areas with lots of well-made infrastructure is necessary just so you don't land on a building that is going to break or land on some wildlife or some shit or some nature area. But this is in the middle of a desert. So all we would really need to find for somewhere to put down is a large flat area. So I don't even know if there would be a need for docking. Maybe it would be imagine how that storming of Area 51 bullshit looked, where you just had all these people just parked in random places out in the middle of the desert, or how it looked when everybody was fleeing in Independence Day, where you just had a bunch of trailers going across the salt flats.
So you request a docking port, and it takes a minute, and then I think that what happens is they get you get a response from like radio control, and it seems like radio control in this situation is both like the person handling like plane landings and the actual DJ of the town. And the thing that he sent you is basically like
somebody's playing Beat Saber to my docking like request.
Yeah. And I think he points you towards a spot on the ground north of town that is so it has some of the things that you would expect to see in docking in a dock situation. It has like, you know, it's got some framework there that can like hold up ships that are not supposed to touch the ground, because a lot of ships are supposed to go from space to dock and not really like interact with the ground. They don't have like wheels and stuff. So it has that kind of stuff, but all of the structures are made out of like chopped up old buses and stuff. And also it's worth noting that the message he sends you directing you over there and directing you like how to get parked, it is entirely in emojis, and not in any kind of proper emoji language, just kind of shotgunning emojis at you so that you eventually have to like figure out what they mean. Yeah, so there's like an arrow, like a finger pointing, and I think there's probably like a cactus that means like, oh, look out at the desert. Like, yeah, it's it takes a while. So you do eventually get docked outside of town. We'll put the dock over here. So you are now docked. You guys head out, and I think that I don't think that there is there's definitely not any kind of formal greeting party. Oh yeah, this is oh god, this is so skeezy. I hate it already. So I'm just gonna drop all of your characters in.
Ruda hired a service to like send a blast out to the whole planet that he was coming, so that he would have customers lining up when he comes, because everybody's expecting his space speed.
Well, okay.
Ruda does not know how to send any type of text message, but he hired somebody to do it.
Okay, so that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna get to that in a second. They don't know where you're landing, so so they aren't there like right away.
Keep them waiting.
The big thing that happens as you guys are like stepping off of the docking station is that it looks like there's a loose conglomerate of people hanging out in this area, probably like hanging out and like playing hacky sack and smoking, and maybe they have like a drum circle going or something. But it seems like their main thing here is that they're waiting and talking to people that as they come in from landing, and you would expect this to be like some kind of nice polite greeting party, but no, it is a bunch of is there a word that is the redneck equivalent of bro? Earthy bro.
Good old boys.
Boss?
Oh yeah, good old boys.
Yeah, you got a real chunk of rowdy boys here, and it seems that they are now. This is I don't want to be reductive here, it's not just guys and it's not just humans. This is a multi-species, multi-gender, rowdy group.
It's like good old boys and Dixie chicks.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Just kind of shotgun spraying their like pheromones at whoever comes into the city, and so you step off, and immediately I think you guys have like 3 or 4 humans of like a variety of genders coming up and being like, "Hey, baby, how you doing? First time in town? I can show you around."
He does the classic anime eye twitch and steps back a little bit and says, "Oh, the smell."
Is it fair to
Yeah.
say that some of them recognized Ruda?
Well, I was gonna say that happens when you get further into town, but okay.
Okay.
So here's what I think. I think that there is a like welcoming party for Ruda at the like, because right now you're essentially just in like one slot in a huge parking lot. So they wouldn't know to look for you here. I think there's a like welcoming party waiting for you at like the entrance to the city itself. But I think as one of them sees you and starts going off and making a big commotion, then I think kind of like smoke signals or some kind of like tribal communication system, the just like assortment of people shouting like, "Oh my god, it's him!" just kind of like echoes in like waves across the parking lot, and you soon hear a like rumbling of crowds coming towards your destination. What do you do?
Here they come.
I want to be clear, you are in immediate mortal danger.
Ruda starts passing out bags of space weed to the people around me. He's like, "Guys, this might get a little nuts, but do not let anybody haggle you. This is 300 space rubles per bag."
So I just want to paint this picture here. You just landed down in a spacecraft and then started handing out free weed. So you are essentially Wesley Snipes' Nino Brown from New Jack City passing out
I'm handing it out
turkeys
to you
on
guys.
Thanksgiving.
I'm handing it out to you guys to sell with me.
Roy's not doing that.
So I like to think that weed bags work kind of like whatever they're called, like voucher tokens in a at like an amusement park, where it's like, okay,
It's a local currency.
yeah, you need to spend like 4 tickets to get into here. It's just in here, it's like, all right, you're gonna need to spend 4 grams of weed to get into this bar. Like, if you want to see this concert, that's 10 grams.
Oh, is there like a booth that's like has the like drug exchange rates?
Exchange rates. It's a
Yeah, there's an
currency exchange, except for half of the currencies are drugs.
There's an app that you can download that just has like specifically for this festival that has the exchange rates.
Okay. Yeah, so that happens. So you guys have how do you guys get into the city without being brutally destroyed by this approaching mob?
Well, I'm gonna play the celebrity card here. Nobody wants to kill a celebrity, especially this.
Oh no. No. Sorry. This question was directed at everyone else who are meat bags in the way between the stampede and their target.
Aviline's gonna draw Civa.
Okay.
I'm gonna run. I'm running like laterally. I'm like,
Okay.
ah!
And you guys are going to kind of cut and fight your way through the crowd until you get to the city.
I don't actually want to use Civa. I think it's more Aviline's just going along with Ruda's bullshit, and she's gonna pretend to be his bodyguard. Like, all right, you can fawn over him, but don't get too close.
Okay.
Roy puts up a hard light show as well.
Okay, this is interesting because Amil is the only one who left. And
Yeah, I actually think I followed Amil.
okay,
I didn't stay for this.
fantastic.
So Roy put up that hard light shell, but it's not around Ruda or anything. He's just doing it around himself and whoever's like right next to him.
Okay, so Anwar very much wanted to get in on the running away party, but he doesn't want to leave Aviline, especially to face an approaching mob. So I think Anwar is the other person who is in this bubble with you, and it's you two against the world. So you guys do eventually get out of this mob, but I think it probably takes. Morgan, how long do you think it takes for the mob to clear away enough for you to like actually get into the city and start doing things? I want to say 2 hours.
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
This whole stampede and they're done in 20 minutes?
Yep.
Why?
Well, because they were just waiting for their man.
And
Now
then
they're going back to their trailers.
And then they see you and they leave?
Wow.
No, the transaction has happened. Ruda's
Oh
got
my
4
god! Oh my god! Are you saying?
Look,
Fuck.
Ruda's got 4 arms. He's got 2 helpers being bodyguards. The money's being thrown at him.
I thought these were feral fans who were like super crazy for your wrestling celebrity, but in reality, they're feral fans who are just super crazy for that dank, sweet super weed that you made.
I've heard about this guy. He's got the dankest of weed.
You're not here to be doing Fuck.
I already told you he sent out a blast on whatever social media platform.
I
Wait,
thought
wait,
that
blast.
because you
Just
wanted
because-
all of your wrestling fans to come fawn over you.
No, Ruda wants
But
to make some
because
money.
we've entered this situation, does that mean that there has been instances where Ruda has gone to actually do like wrestling affiliated activities? Like he goes to a fan signing and somebody comes up with a picture and then they're just like, hey, I totally want you to sign this, but do you happen to have any dank weed on you?
Yes, all the time.
Oh my
happens all the
God.
I mean,
time.
that's just wrestling. So yes, all the time. Why do you think they
I'm
carry
gonna
fanny
say-
packs?
That's actually how he got himself kicked out of the GWE, that's the Galaxy Wrestling Association. It's because of the time he tried to slip some weed to the like president of the association and did in fact misread some signals.
And the president was going undercover boss. And he was like playing another wrestler.
Okay. Very good. So, as quickly as it came, this crowd disperses like particles of air in a balloon that has been popped.
I described it as Ruda distributes voluminous amounts of space weed.
Okay.
He did on this trip. He fucking brought it all.
Yeah, you have, your personal wealth has increased by like 15% in the past 5 minutes.
Aviline and Anwar get like 20% of the profits each.
Okay, great. So, you guys are eventually able to make it to town. The crowds have died down and you're able to navigate at your leisure. Amil and Mate, you two got to town way before them and have had some time to kind of look around and explore and stuff. How, so, remember that your mission is to find this missing guy, and I can give you all kinds of like details if you want stuff to ask questions about. But what do you want to start with? Largely, like, do you guys want to start by just going straight into the investigation and asking questions and stuff, or do you want to, like, do the boardwalk and do all the rides and,
Let's get the lay of the land unless we're in a super hurry,
Yeah, we should just walk around and kind of see it, because I guess other than Ruda, has anyone else been to this planet?
I have not.
I'm sure Aviline has.
Aviline has been here, yes.
Something about this planet makes Roy feel strange.
wait.
I think we established that both Aviline and Ruda have been here before.
Yeah, I think so.
And we've established that Roy does not remember being here, but I think you just said that something is familiar about it.
Yeah, something about this planet's familiar. Makes Roy feel strange. Doesn't remember anything. It's just a impulse.
Cool. Okay, so... Trying to think about how I would, communicate this. What needs to happen. Okay, so... First things first. I think that, So you guys, we've established, all have each other's phone numbers, and you text each other and stuff.
Emails, I think, is our preferred.
Emails, yeah.
Because you're
You could refer to them as
middle-aged
network ID.
yeah. God, you guys are those coworkers that send me an email to ask a 5-word question instead of sending it over Teams.
Yup.
So I think that we should go towards wherever the rich and privileged go when they're in this area.
So, one thing to remember is that, when the kid's father, when the Duke went missing, it was, several months before this event popped up. So he did not come here for this event. He was doing something on this planet unrelated, and then this event popped up after he was declared missing. So a lot of the people who came from outer space and are only here for this event might not be very helpful to you.
So then we need to find the gremlin shop owner, whoever has been here for a long time and has accumulated lots of crap and knowledge.
Yeah, and find some of the real locals, the local locals, the townies.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say to start with is, I think some text messages or some emails are exchanged to kind of help figure it out. But after the Aviline and Ruda team eventually makes it into town, MX8 and Amil can kind of circle around after their first lap around the local area and meet back up with you and give you sort of the lay of the land. So I'm not going to give you too many specifics because this is not designed to be a fleshed out town. It's more chaotic than that. But in fiction, you guys have gotten all this information from Mate and Amil. If you guys want to suggest a place that there would be to go look, as long as it feels reasonable for this setting, I'm down for that. Otherwise, I might have you guys just spitball some locations. You got something, Sai?
No, I was just laughing at something. Sorry.
Okay, so alright, I want one suggestion from each player on a thing that would exist in this kind of city. And then we'll use those as our starting points for your investigation.
Turkish baths. But, you know, space Turkish.
I don't know what a Turkish bath is, and I'm afraid to find out.
I mean, have you ever seen Eastern Promises and seen the naked Viggo Mortensen fight?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Okay,
you would love
well,
that
you need to
fight.
stop the game right now and go watch.
Oh yeah, you see.
Now, a Turkish bath is just like a common bathhouse type area, but like it's typically more frequented by like the older village leaders slash gangsters slash I'm a shady dude who's fat and naked and steaming myself with other fat old naked dudes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that too, and I'm going to. There's a trailer that's like a hookah lounge.
Ha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh man, that's like way smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, delete. Let's see. Can I just select this and increase the size? Yep. Better. Okay. So the Turkish bath is inside of a converted like city water tank. By the way, the reason they are not like importing buses to this world. This world was once populated by like an initial wave of settlers, and then after like a generation, shit hit the fan, and all the monsters and stuff came out of the works and basically killed everyone off that's not super badass. So there's a lot of just like abandoned like ghost towns around here. So that's where people are stealing these trailers and stuff from. So Turkish bath, hookah lounge. Let's see, I think hookah lounge, it's gonna be this one. Okay.
There's
Hookah.
definitely bare knuckle boxing.
Oh yeah. Hey, make a proposal to make that more interesting, because here's the thing. I propose that there is what is the game you play in a pool where one person stands on the other person's
Chicken
shoulder?
fight.
Chicken fight, yeah.
Okay, yeah. They call it raw cockfighting, but it's actually just people playing chicken. But it is full contact and until the person passes out, or you know.
There's a lot of depths.
Stop! I
Yeah, there are a lot
can't
of
do many more double entendres here.
Yeah.
Can we
Also,
participate to earn the
it's
trust
also
of the
like a
locals?
casino, like you can bet on it, right?
It's
Oh
not
yeah,
on
there's
the
definitely
web.
betting.
It's the
I said, can we
intended
participate to earn the
Okay.
trust of the locals?
That's
think
the
that would make
entire
sense.
purpose. Otherwise, why would you do it?
I want to
Okay, the
participate.
thing
Can
is,
I sign up?
yes, it is a casino. Everything in this world is a casino.
Oh, you can bet on everything.
Yeah.
Avaline's going to participate when we
Yeah,
get to that.
Avaline's like strolling up to the counter. She's signing up. She wants to be in the raw cockfighting. She
Yeah,
wants to do
Ruda's
one.
already been signed up.
You know what would be funny? If Ruda got on Avaline's shoulders. Be a four-armed, lopsided monstrosity.
Ruda and Aviline would kick ass in this fucking.
Oh,
town.
I mean, she does
dude!
have those robot legs, though, so she can support. Don't wait.
Yep.
We're the dynamic duo.
I think that Amil's gonna try to like game the casino market, and it's just gonna put down like a lot of money on Aviline and Ruda.
Oh boy.
How
You
much?
have insider knowledge, Amil.
While this is going on, Roy is going over to the bathhouse.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Can I?
Before we do that,
Okay.
we will have our first event that we go to be the bare knuckle cockfighting. Where? Give me 2 more locations. We've got Turkish bath, we've got a hookah lounge, we've got bare knuckle cockfighting. And remember, this is like this is where the world's like crime, basically gangs. It's where like all the gangs in the galaxy get together to hang out.
Oh, I have one
There's,
then. I have
there's
one.
an escape room that forces you to have an immense amount of drugs before you can start the escape room. And a lot of people overdose and die.
Pretty fucked up. It's the
okay,
no
hold on.
escape room.
I am 1000% into this. I need. What do you even call that thing that you just said? What's a label we can put on that?
Disney World.
Fuck you.
No, Schmizni World, because copyright.
In quotes. You have to put it in quotes.
I'm honestly, really shitty suggestion. It should be called Wubba Lubba Dub Dub.
We're calling it just drugged up escape room for now. For the sake of remembering. Okay. And I need one more. Give me one more suggestion. What was yours,
Okay.
Mike?
Yeah. Can we have a farmer's market, but instead of produce, it's guns?
That's so cute.
Nice. Let's use
Like
the
artisanal
use the Mad
guns.
Max name. Call it the Bullet Farm.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. That's very good.
The Armor's Market.
No, Bullet Farm.
Well, remember
Bullet Farm's better.
there are many
There are
different
multiple
local
farms.
farms that come to.
Arms
The
No,
Bullet
make it
Farm.
only be fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, yeah, I think it's over here to the left of the Turkish bath. Let's see. This is gonna be. Okay. Yeah, the name of it is Farmer's Market of Guns. Let's see if we can... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so those are our locations. I think that our starting point we've established is Amil. We're starting in the bare knuckle cockfighting. Amil is putting a lot of money down on Ruda and Aviline. Now, we've established that Aviline is a dex build. Like, in fiction dex build. So, this will be interesting. We do have those very cool legs. So,
Wait, but who's on? Is it Ruda and... Are they together? Are you together, right? Are you a team?
Yeah, they're chicken fighting.
Yeah, we're a team.
It's gotta be a 2-on-2.
Okay,
They're chicken fighting.
are you guys sticking with Aviline on bottom, Ruda on top? Because I will propose, if you did Ruda on bottom, Aviline on top, Ruda only needs 2 arms to support Aviline, and then he can use his other 2 arms to just be going for nut punches on all of the other carriers.
Yep.
And plus, Aviline can use her legs if she's on top. That's not
Yep.
against the rules.
Well, I mean, but you're not a fighter though. You're like you're a dex build. So like,
My melee skill is higher than Ruda's.
okay,
Wow,
Not
just
anymore,
shutting that
Sam.
right down.
okay.
Not after this level up.
Damn it!
I mean, I'm just saying, like, Brit literally said it right before.
I mean, I think that she would do better on top, but she is gonna have to do some jujitsu shit where she's like turning their momentum against them. Okay.
Ooh.
Avalon, you can have the choice.
For the sake of winning, I should probably be on top.
Okay. I'm coming up with your opponents. So,
Oh, I think I have one of the opponents.
okay. You have a suggestion?
Are you putting it in the Discord?
Yep, it's in the Discord now. I don't know if you want one or both. You
Let me go ahead
decide.
and go to people.
I hope you have a sprite for that.
Well, we'll see.
So how? I have a question. How are the cocks involved in this bare knuckle cockfight? Are they like pecking at your feet?
No, it's because when you do this, it's called a chicken fight.
Oh, there's no actual cocks.
Yeah. How would they be
Morgan wants to
looking at
know
your
where the
feet
cocks
under
are,
the
all right?
water?
Yeah, I want my cock.
Is this an underwater cockfight?
They're mechanical cock.
They're an aquatic species that looks a lot like chickens. Where's my fucking... Here we go. Race avians. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, do it.
It's okay.
Do it,
Hold
do
on.
it,
It could
do
be
it.
this or this
No,
or
no.
this or this. They're all good, but I do think it has to be this.
Yeah, just whatever you do, don't Bing search cockfight. don't do that.
Respect yourself more than that.
Oh, I did.
Well,
I wanted a GIF, and now I don't want any more.
no more gifts for the week.
Wanted a
Yes,
gift.
man, you scratching yourself.
Okay. Let's see. I think. Yeah, this guy is one of them, and then this guy is the other. Okay, let me get my teams together now, because I've come up with some teams of the most majestic conceivable beings. Okay, let's make them bigger. All right, this is your first competitor. Okay, so is this done battle royale style, like everyone's fighting everyone, or is it like 2-on-2 matches?
I would say 2-on-2 tournament. Like,
Okay.
if you win, you advance.
Okay, that feels right. So, do you guys are you guys just here doing this to have fun, or are you guys doing one of those things where it's like, if I win, you give me this information, kind of thing? I feel like it's that you're just here to have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dead honest. Aviline just jumped right in on this because it looks like fun. She's not really thinking about how this could help us. Like, she knows in the back of her mind it might be able to help us, but right now she's just like, I just want to do some cockfighting.
No, you're
Yeah,
good. You're
What
good.
are the odds on Ruda and
Well,
The
they're
odds are
newcomers.
definitely not against us.
They're newcomers. Oh, but Ruda is a known entity. So I think it's at first it starts at like, and the odds are not per round. It is to win the tournament.
right?
There are different odds if you want to bet per round.
What is all my money?
We don't have currency. All of your money is the like. I mean,
It's like the GDP of a small nation. We're very rich.
galanga.
Oh no. All of my disposable.
Okay, yeah. So that is significantly higher than the average person's disposable money because you guys are rich.
Could I do something to drive up our odds a little bit more? Because Ruda is playing the celebrity card, but I also have the ability to play the celebrity card now.
Oh, shit.
No. I'm gonna. If I'm able to talk to them, I'm going to say no. Don't let anybody know that you're celebrities to raise your odds, and then when you kick ass, I make a lot of money and split it with you.
Yeah, and also Ruda gave Amil his money from the space weed, so he's betting on himself.
Oh yeah.
And everybody wins.
I'm going to go up to the betting booth and just drop an absurd amount of money
Okay.
on them.
All right. Let me get. Yeah, I think this feels right.
To the bookie.
No, for the final contestant. Okay. So. No. Okay. All right. So, absurd amount of money has been put down. Are we good to just get in on this?
Yeah.
All right.
Just start fighting some cocks.
So, I think this is going to be, first of all, I need to reset everyone to, do I have a... Okay, so...
I feel sorry for y'all going up against, like, Mega Man. What is that? Is that .exe in frickin' Claw? Yeah, y'all are in trouble. Mate actually bet too. Mate bet against Ruda and Aviline.
Okay.
That doesn't surprise me.
And not because Mate is evil and doesn't trust his friends to win. Mate doesn't understand gambling and thought he bet for
Oh,
his
that's
friends.
adorable.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay. I think, why don't we have Aviline roll melee and Ruda roll tough? Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything to make it so I don't have to roll tough. Please, Ruda.
This is why you're on the top. And I'm gonna roll... Oh, hold on. Cancel. Generic roll. So this is the melee roll. And
Hey,
this
you
is
beat
the
it. You
tough
beat
roll.
it. Oh, you definitely beat that.
Okay, so what happens is you two are locked. So, question. This is considered bare knuckle cockfighting. I feel like, just given like the circumstances, there's probably like you're allowed to use weapons as long as they are like non-bladed. So like you can use your sword as long as it stays in its sheath. And he's doing the same. So I think that you guys are having a duel up here on top of your respective carriers. But so Ruda, you really beat this guy's tough score. I'm trying to come up with an explanation for why his toughness. You rolled double ones, Ruda. Did you? Ruda, be honest with me. Did you slap him in the nuts?
I grabbed his nuts.
Okay, yeah.
Ah,
So you do that, and their team
Why?
immediately topples. They fall to the ground, and you win. And
I think the
it's
whole
really
crowd is like,
not
oh.
Bro, do you
Otherwise,
even nut
you would
train?
just, like, start-
Do you even train your nuts, bro?
Oh, no!
That's recorded forever, just so you know. You run for political office, I am pulling that
Do you even?
out.
Okay, well, that happened. Alright, you guys are moving over to the other side. And now, you're going up against these two. What are the skills? Do we have something that's like speed or agility based? Maybe acrobatics. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right. So Ruda.
Acrobatics.
Same thing. Aviline roll melee. Ruda roll tough. No,
okay.
Ruda, you roll tough. Your opponent is going to roll acrobatics.
Got it.
Okay, so the first one is for the melee. That is going to be and the second one is going to be for the tough.
Woof.
Hold on. But what did Aviline roll for melee? 11?
11.
Okay, so the melee's tied, and the tough's mostly tied. He beat you by a little bit. I think that means that so he's using acrobatics instead of toughness here, and I think what that means is that while you're trying to just stand your ground, he's kind of like rotating around you and making you change your position and trying to trip you up. And it hasn't happened yet, but we're going to need one more contest between him and you, Ruda, unless you have something else you want to do to change the odds, it would just be a tough roll from you and another acrobatics from him to finish you off.
I'm trying to look through my aspects.
Mm-hmm. And remember, you have those like feats and abilities and stuff too.
Mm.
Oh,
You have all
Could
those
I
augments. Don't
typically-
you have
could
one
I use
augment
an
that makes you
aspect?
like super strong?
Yeah.
Hmm. Augment adept. You are especially adept at managing your augments and sleeves. Once per round, you can invoke an aspect gathered from an augment for free. And you have rocket-propelled arm. Seems like
Yeah.
that's simple. And then you have the Titan weave, which is just like you are super, super buff. So, you want to go with invoke your Titan weave?
Can I do that?
You're super, super tough.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to roll 1 acrobatics. You roll 2 toughness, and we'll take the better of yours. Holy
God damn.
shit.
That's legit.
Jesus Christ.
You are you're like a rock. You are so strong, so powerful. Unfortunately, he just got like 1 foot under yours a little bit, and since you're underwater already, everything's very slippery, and I think he just like shifted it a little bit, and you went off center, and then I think that you fell because your leg kind of fell out under you, and I think you ended up doing the splits underwater, and it was probably relatively painful. And that's going to be it for you guys for this round. So you guys are out.
Sorry, Amil.
Amil, you have lost a lot of money.
You've lost your life savings.
Ruda also lost a lot of money. So
Yeah, but I have a ton of money, bro.
Wait,
Oh,
did Mate win a lot of
MX8
money?
made a lot of money. You just stomped that shit.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna after the round, I'm gonna go. I forgive you both, but we're going to have to get up to some tomfoolery to make this money back.
okay. So we do have to address the finals, which is the team that just fought. Oh, sorry. Actually, incomer always fights on the left. So.
Is this going to decide whether Mate wins big?
Yeah, Mate, who did you put your money on?
I
You
yeah,
bet against him.
I bet against them. I guess I voted for Mega Man and Claw.
Okay.
So this final round should just be for whether Mate becomes super rich.
Okay. So I'm just going to do 2 basic rolls. The first was for the left, and the second was for the right. The right just barely beats the left, and yeah, I think he wraps his very long Mega Man hair around the fighter's leg and pulls it out from under him, and the chicken falls off of his back, and his head goes underwater, but that's all right because he's wearing goggles, so there's no harm done. But the round is over. The champions have been declared, and they will go on to fame and fortune, while you guys will.
So did MX8 win or lose that round?
MX8 won.
Yeah, I just won. I'm super rich now.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think you're super rich
paid,
in Fire Spring bucks, which is to say weed. You have a lot of Fire Spring bucks to spend. So we'll just keep a track of that.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in, I guess, my character sheet.
Yeah.
Also, I think that some of it is definitely recognizably Ruda's weed because
Yeah.
Ruda infused the market with a huge cash introduction.
Yep.
Yeah, all of Ruda's stuff comes in little baggies with like a imprinted card that's like, "Hey, see me at my next wrestling event."
Okay.
Like him doing finger guns and winking.
So we'll set these guys off to the side. So while they were having that fun, Roy and Anwar, did you two want to check out something else?
So we went to the baths because I'm looking for people who are old, perhaps involved in something shady, not exactly on the level. People who actually live in this place, so they would frequent a place like this, as opposed to just the random foot traffic. So yeah, we're looking for someone with information, an underlord, a snitch, a person who's a vendor but is like into like the black market. Yeah.
So I think what you find is the building underneath the building that you're in currently is like a very nice indoors pool that like anybody can go to, and you managed to find your way up to the other pool, the secret pool that is up in the water tower up above. Now, the thing with the water tower is yeah, here's what it is. You get inside and you just drop down from the roof of the water tower like 10 feet down into the water itself, and then you've got another like 20 feet of water beneath you. Like, it is not possible to touch the bottom of this and also breathe. And there's nothing to sit on and nothing to like to use. There's no handholds on the walls. It's basically just like, if you get tired and you stop treading water, you drown. The only way out is a chain that is hanging down from the ceiling and stops like an inch over water level. So when you want to leave, you have to grab onto that chain and just like climb rope all your like 10 feet up. 10 feet is not a ton of rope, but you have to climb rope up to get out of there. So
it is when you've been treading water for 4 hours.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The trap with the Turkish bath is you get in there and you think, this is not dangerous at all. This is totally fine. And then you're like half an hour in and you're thinking like, treading water is getting a little tiring. I think I'm ready to leave. And then you look at that chain and then you realize that you're going to die in here. So this is where all the real hardcore people come when they're looking for some danger. Okay, so you get inside the Turkish bath. You and Anwar are treading water. Aeneas, just so I'm not, playing both the NPCs and one of the party members for this scene, do you want to play Anwar for me?
Yeah, I'll play Anwar.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got we've got one guy who is a big, hefty human who seems to have, he has like a giant wrench like you might use on doing maintenance on like a spaceship or something. We're talking about a wrench that is like the size of a battle axe. And he seems to have brought this wrench down here with him for no reason other than to show off how incredibly powerful he is. We've got him down there. Let me grab a couple other civilians. Yeah. There's this woman in there treading water that swears that she's like a big pop celebrity, but you've never seen her before. And let me grab one more, maybe one of these guys. Let me get another race in here. And yeah, there's a scrimpy looking little faunian in here that has taken the form of a mole. So we've got Mole Man, we've got Big Dude, and we have Hatsune Miku. And those are the people who are bathing in this Turkish bath with you.
Look at my screen.
I think the way this works is you guys don't have to get in on it, and in fact, it wouldn't be fair if you get in on this originally. But you can tell that these guys are looking at each other with a level of tension, and you quickly ascertain that they each put money in a pool before coming into the pool, and the last one in the pool gets the money. It's basically Russian roulette, but very wet.
Is there anything in this festival that doesn't kill you?
No! This is a festival made up of mercenaries and gangsters!
That's fair.
So can you repeat like the last two sentences that you just said?
Okay. All of the people here other than you, so Hatsune Miku, Mole Man, and Big Man, they seem to have like a bet going on that they each put in money, and the first one to leave doesn't get the money, and the second one to leave doesn't get the money. Only the last person standing gets to keep all the money. But the last person standing is also the most likely to drown.
And those are the only stipulations of this. There are no other stipulations.
Well, for it to be fair, you would have had to get in on it at the same time that they did.
Oh,
but,
okay. So, are we just basically watching these people drown?
They,
like we're
they
Phil
are
Collins in
having
this
a
shit?
contest amongst themselves, and you just walked in on it.
Roy just watches. Roy's not going to interfere.
Okay.
Anwar, he wants to inquire. I'd say because of his medical training, he is very concerned, and he's just kind of like, what is going on here? And
Hatsune Miku, who is physically Hatsune Miku, she has taken a robotic humanoid form in the year of our Lord 2743. Hatsune Miku says, well, oh man, how do I do a Hatsune Miku voice? Well, me and Mole Man here have had a bit of a challenge going on for the past decade or so, and one of these days, one of us is going to win and the other's going to die. And it's not going to be me. Do you hear that, Mole Man? I never die. I'm immortal. I'm 700 years old. I will be there to put you in the ground.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So,
That's pretty creepy.
are you implying that there were other people in the previous competitions that you've been doing for the past decade that haven't made it?
Yeah, there's like a dozen skeletons down there. Haven't you checked?
Sorry.
Anwar is upset.
Roy chuckles slightly. But his interest is piqued because of this person's age.
Like, yeah, whatever. It happens. I have quickly given up on Hatsune Miku, and I've instead become a Valley girl, and I'm into it.
Cool. It's cool.
So, like, what do you want? It's too late to get in on this bet. If you want to wait until tomorrow, where we're probably going to do it all again, because let me tell you, these boys are really hard to take down. Like, sometimes they just don't die. One time we were in here for like 5 hours, and we just left because we were all bored and wrinkly. Whatever.
Damn it, this is the thing I should have bet on because I can stay underwater an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah, the people who are Nova and Faunians and kind of lung-based augments are welcome.
Allowed.
They're welcome to come, but they're not allowed in on the bet. Nobody takes them up on the bet. So she says, so yeah, what are you here for?
So if you guys have been here doing this for a while, do you happen to know anything about the Duke that went missing recently?
The Duke that went missing? Let's see. Did he go missing during the festival? Because I would check the brothels.
No, see, that's the thing. It was a little bit before the festivals, but I was hoping since you guys are so dedicated, he cringes when he says that, to this challenge of yours, I was hoping maybe you had more information about the local area that you could share with me.
Yeah, so I think, I think Hatsune says, yeah, well, Mole Man and Big Man over there, those two have, like, actual lives where they go out and, you know, raid and pillage and, like, just terrorize their way across the Commonwealth. But, I actually have been cursed, and I can never leave this planet, so yeah, I just live here all the time and try to lure as many men to their watery deaths as I can.
Hey, you know what? You live that siren lifestyle, do you?
I totally
So is that a yes or a no on the Duke?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So I would have been here. Do you know what time he would have come through town? And I think I'm just fibbing with this, but I think that you can say that it was like about 2 months ago that he was. Okay, so let me just drop the info that you have. You know that the Duke came to this planet. You know that based off of his traveling manifest. Mm-hmm. You know that he arrived on a certain date, and you know that he arrived on a certain date. You know that he, at least his ship never left the planet. So his ship has not, like, checked back in anywhere, and even if somebody had tried to, like, sell it to a chop shop, then there are, like, parts that would have shown up in their investigations. So his ship is probably still on planet, but they have called ahead and confirmed that his ship is not at any of the standard planetary docks. So arrived at least 2 months ago. His ship is not at any of the docks. His ship is probably still on world. We don't know what happened to him during those 2 months.
Uh, I would say that Anwar probably gives her a very bare bones, like, explanation of that. He's like, he got here about 2 months ago, and his ship hasn't left. It's probably still here, but we don't know where he is or where the ship is.
Oh, interesting. So he might have been like wandering around in this blasted wasteland for some amount of time. Cool. So I tell you what. Wait, no, hold on. Hatsune Miku doesn't say that. Bren Budge, the human being, says that. So Aeneas, she's going to ask what this guy looks like. I don't have an answer for that. But your characters have been shown like photos of him and know like his main outfits that he wears and stuff like that. So I want you to give me a description of what you think the dude looks like.
Ooh. I would say that Anwar, hoping to narrow it down, he probably focuses more on the Duke's vestments than he focuses on the Duke's appearance. Like he gives a general rundown, like, oh, he's an older gentleman. Sorry, I'm dealing with a Riley dragon right now. Older gentleman, epic beard, but he wears these really fancy religious vestments, and otherwise would stand out because he's a duke of the people. He's a person that you're going to stop and take a second glance at because he looks very rich and religious.
Does he look
and
like
powerful?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how muggable would you say he looks?
Oh, dude!
Roy follows up
Beat him in
and
the
pulls
street
out.
and run his pockets pluggable. Like, absolutely easy grab.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I remember this guy. I want to say that I did not mug him, but I totally could have. So, yeah, let's see. I think he, I mean, I remember him, like, renting a car and going out east, I think. But that's all that I remember. And this was on, and she gives you a date that is within the time frame you're looking at. It would be maybe, like, a week after your... Oh, actually, hold on. Let me think about something. Okay. I'm gonna amend that. So... She says that he would rent a car, go out to the east, and then return with that car, like, later that week, or like, a day later or something. And he came back and forth from town several times. So she saw him, I want to say probably, like, every other day for a week, you could see him around town. And then after that first week, he drove off and she doesn't remember him coming back. So she's going to assume that he, like, died somewhere or, like, hooked up with, like, a farmer's daughter and is, like, living on the farm now or something like that.
Oh my god. No, I'm sorry. This is like that was inside Anwar's head.
By the way, can you guys hear me typing while I'm typing up the game notes?
No.
Nope.
No.
No, I haven't heard it.
Good.
Anwar is going to thank her for her information and turn to Roy and see if there's anything else he would like to find out.
Nope.
Okay, and now I'm going to need... Do we have an athletics? Or this would probably be toughness, if not athletics,
I mean,
Yeah.
we definitely do have athletics. What would the role be for?
No, that was we have acrobatics and toughness. So
Okay.
Roy, can you roll me a toughness check to see if you are able to I mean, are you guys done here?
I mean, I got all the information it seemed that we needed. I don't know what else to ask for.
Okay.
You should ask Hatsune Miku if she's a decommissioned network robot. Because she's like a 1,000-year-old Vocaloid. What?
I might come back to that. Rolling tough.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you get out just fine. Aviline, Aeneas, you remember how to roll, right? Just roll me a 2d6 plus 2 to see if Anwar escapes alive.
Is it backslash?
/ roll.
Okay.
The one that's next to shift.
And you said it's a 2d6?
2d6 plus 2. Ooh, 7.
Right down the middle.
Hey, 7
Did
is
Anwar just drown?
7, no, he hasn't drowned. It's just that 7 is not going to cut it to climb up the chain. So Anwar gets, I think, probably like 4 feet up the chain. You know, like hand over hand, a solid half dozen times. And then he lets go with one hand to reach up for the next one. And his other hand slips, and he falls back down with a splash into the water. At this point, his hands are kind of like raw, and he's got he's kind of skinned his left hand because climbing up chains is not comfortable. So Anwar or Roy, do either of you want to do something? Does Anwar just want to try again?
Roy pulls up Anwar by forming a hard light object beneath his feet and just moving it upward.
Okay.
I
Thank
do
you.
want to note that I think that Anwar probably would have sheepishly looked up and been like, "Hey, Roy, so I know that you're not too fond of organics, but would you mind helping me up?"
There was about a 3-minute pause where Roy just looked at Anwar with no expression on his face whatsoever.
And Anwar just was just staring back the whole time, just like.
I feel
Oh.
like Anwar tried at least one more time and got less far than he did before because now his hands are all injured.
Oh, Tar, yes.
Okay, so Roy has saved Anwar's life with his divine magic. And these three are going to just continue their battle to the death.
Could have let you drown.
Well,
That's
I'm
what
glad you
Roy says to
didn't.
Anwar as they're walking away. That I could have let you drown. I want you to know that I didn't, because we have a job to do here.
Okay, well, thank you, Roy. I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless.
He then follows by using healing light on Anwar's hands
Oh yeah, that's right. Roy can heal now, motherfuckers.
and says, "You organics are inferior enough as it is. No need to have your paws
Hey,
bruised."
can I
Amor
actually-
goes for a handshake.
Hey, actually, before you do
Roy
that,
does not respond.
I do want to see Aeneas do this roleplay, but how does Anwar respond to finding out that Roy can heal after knowing that Anwar literally committed the ultimate Aelfin taboo of getting himself augmented and reframed his entire life so that he could become a medic for this group, and now Roy can just fucking heal with light. How's Anwar feeling about
I've got to find a good gift for this.
I definitely feel like there would be some bitterness there.
Oh. I even use the GIF function. Boo.
It's like, yeah, no, all right, we're done with that.
I like this gift though.
Only our gifts.
I feel like, especially since Anwar went to go for the handshake and was denied after being healed, and it was like one of those things where he almost didn't occur to him at first. Like, he was so like, wow, I can't believe you did that for me, thank you. And then he realized what Roy actually did, and it's just like, he's kind of stuck in that pose where he's just like, he can heal.
Free spray.
So, so you guys
Y'all can't
group
see what
back
she's
up.
doing right now, but I can, and it's funny.
You guys group back up and decide what needs to happen. I feel like Anwar just walks up to Aviline and starts sobbing on her shoulder.
Wow.
Oh, Anwar, what happened? I'm sorry. And I give him like the biggest hug.
Very good. Okay. So...
Anybody want to go to the drugged up escape room?
Oh God.
Hey,
Roy
what'd you
walks
do?
past. Roy walks past the rest of the group, Ruda and Aviline and Anwar. Looks at them again, emotionless, much like he looked at Anwar down in the pool, and says, "We have a job to do. Are you all done playing?" And then he does something with his hands and just heals Ruda and Aviline from any injuries sustained during their cockfight.
We're just like, thanks, bro, but I didn't need that.
The smells from your wounds would beg to differ.
I think
Let's
Aviline
go.
kind of reacted the same way that like Anwar did. Like, she's kind of still like locked in the hug, but she's looking at Roy like, what just happened?
Okay, so you guys have reconvened down back at the like entrance lobby of this section of the festival. So how do you guys want to let's see. Okay, so this town is here year round and is the standard port if somebody wants to come to this town, you know, to this planet at some point other than during the festival because they're fucking weirdos or whatever. So you know the name of the store that he would have rented that that car from, and Hatsune didn't state this, but you know that his cruiser, his personal like spaceship, is no longer in the garage. So it seems like after that first week of him taking a car out of town, he came back and took his ship the last time, which is when he then stopped coming back.
This is going to probably be faster in the Galanga, especially since I got the upgraded like sensor suite.
Okay, so how do you guys want to approach this? Do you want to talk to the the car dealership where he was renting his car from? Do you want to just get in the Galanga and start doing like life scans out into the wilderness?
I think we should check out the car dealership.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's
to get all the information that we can before we get back in the Galanga and start scanning.
Okay, so I'm moving you guys over here, and we'll say that this is the car dealership. Yeah, and they.
What's the name of the car dealership?
Players. What? Give me a name.
Oh, I
thought you were just saying players.
Players says the name of the.
Junks with a Z.
Chunks with a Z is it. Okay, yeah, Junks with a Z. They sell or they rent out like beat up cars and dune buggies and stuff. They also rent out little like personal like helicopters and stuff like that. The fact that he was renting a car tells you that he was going somewhere that you can reach by land vehicle.
Thinking of the catch a ride service from Borderlands.
Yes, very much.
Yep.
Same energy. This entire planet has Borderlands energy. So, what questions do you guys have?
I think that I would go up and approach as if I want to rent a car, but as if I'm very concerned about being tracked, because I want to know if they track their vehicles. If they track their vehicles, we can hack their computer system and find out where he's been going.
That's a very good point.
So I'm going to play innocent, and I'm going to
Roy was about to use a very direct approach, but paused and is now just sitting back, slightly stroking his chin and watching the atomic goo do his thing.
Yeah, make me a... deception check, or bluff, or whatever we're calling it.
Okay. It wouldn't be guile, would it?
Yeah, guile.
Oh.
Your character is going to be bad at like roughly 50% of the things.
That's true.
So that's just a fact. Okay, so
That's a little above average.
yeah, no, it's not bad. So I think that what happens is he says that
Presumably, if they do, so what I'm trying to get across is, presumably, if they do, is not really trying to lie to him so much as, presumably, if they do track their customers, they're not going to tell us. But like, is he going to give anything away during the exchange, or like act suspicious in a way that makes
is
me go,
Roy
like,
is Roy with you?
Roy's here.
Roy is an exceptionally good investigator. Roy, now that Amil has raised that question, do you want to do your software thing to try to analyze the guy's response?
Yep.
Okay. So he says, like, no sir, no sirree, we would never ever track customer information. We clear our database out every week, and we
so
only...
you clear your I interrupt here.
Damn it.
Oh, so you clear your database out of what?
You know, just like customer credit cards and like
GPS?
the mileage and
Roy's suspicious but not sure.
yeah, no, sorry, sir. We our customers value their privacy, and in addition to not taking any customer like personal identifiable information, we do not track GPS locations for our vehicles.
Oh, well,
Can
Don,
I use an aspect?
I was going to pay you a lot of money for the tracking information, but I guess you don't do that. I'll just take my large sums of money elsewhere.
Michaela, do you want to use the aspect on something?
Yeah, I think as Amil's saying that, MX8 just walks up to the table, reaches into their compartment, and pulls out like half of the earnings from the space cockfight that they won, and just puts it on the table.
I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna. Yeah, it would be a real shame to lose, valuable customers.
Yeah, so the man makes an audible sniff, and then he goes, "Yep, yeah, that's fine. Come on around back. I'll show you what we got." Do y'all come on around back?
I come on around back.
Sure do.
Okay, yeah, so they're
Roy does not. Roy
Okay.
stays behind in the front office, and Anwar and Mate go back behind back or whatever, and Roy starts looking through the guy's computer systems.
okay. Interesting.
Can
He didn't say
help
not
Roy with
to.
that?
Roy would have no reason not to.
I don't think I really need to help him, but just in case.
Do you motion to either Amil or mate about whether you're doing that, or do you just do it?
Roy just does it. He doesn't. I don't think Roy would even see it as something that you shouldn't do, because this is like a catch a ride type place. So there's no security really. There's no like anything official looking. So it's just like, oh, he left his post. Let me just check on the computer.
Sure. So the situation is his computer only has an application for like entering information about, you know, which customer is taking which vehicle, and so it can like it does like credit card processing and like gathering customer information and then assigning them like a vehicle ID. It doesn't have all of the kinds of stats that you're thinking of. It is connected to the server, which probably does have all of the stats that you're looking for. Meanwhile, Mate and Amil and the others are in the back room looking at the server. So, what do you guys want to know?
I'm not going to ask. I just want to dive into the server.
Okay.
Roy's actually accessing the server from the terminal in the front as well.
What? Okay, I think the fun thing that happens.
Wait.
Do we just meet on the internet?
Yeah, because we've established that there's this kind of like virtual, holographic space that you travel through. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it is literally dot for dot the same as how Futurama does it. So you guys literally are just like each hacking this system and just bump into the other hacking it.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, and I guess Amil is.
I'm still smooth talking because I
And the guy is giving you the information because you gave him money.
We haven't given him the money yet.
You put money on his table.
We put money on his table, but when we went around back, like, did we just leave the money?
So I wasn't.
I think that this would be an important. I think that we're actually, because my goal is to like my goal was not to pay him. It was to put him in a compromising situation by flashing money, and then when we go to pay up, we go, well, we're not actually really interested, and then just leave.
Okay.
Wait, so is the money on the counter where me and Roy are?
Mate made it look like he was giving him money for information, though.
Yeah, Mate gave that away. Mate has no concept or understanding of why this is important, and just doesn't want it in the compartment anymore.
Oh, you're opening up a compartment space. Okay, well, if it's Mate's money, I want to get Mate's money back.
Yeah, so he assumes that you guys are going to pay him for this information. You can do the whole we never agreed to pay you for this. You were just thing. There might be consequences to that action.
Oh, of course.
But all right. Okay, so people who are in the server, what are you looking for?
I am looking for any kind of indication of the Duke's purchase, tracking what he actually purchased, and then tracking whatever kind of LoJack or whatever is on that vehicle.
So I think here's what happens is
I'm also trying to find where he went to after that. So that, I mean, that's part of tracking the vehicle.
Yeah,
but
I'm
looking for not just
GPS.
Locations of the vehicle itself, but what direction he went in.
Okay, so first of all, the Duke's name, one of these days I'm gonna remember to actually write these things down in a place that I can find them. Chapter 4-5 ongoing. The Duke's son is named Duke, 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 Duke. Duke 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 Lavoie. Okay, yeah. So the Duke's formal name is Duke Lavoie, Lavoie. He gave his name as Mr. Beachley here. However, one of the credit cards used in this system is a credit card that it's kind of like a the credit card's name is under anonymous, but from talking to his son, his like list of credit cards that he uses, and you recognize this as one of the Duke's credit cards. So you know that the Duke Lavoie is going by Mr. Beachley. Duke Lavoie, Mr. Beachley. Okay. Let's see. So the car tracker has it going. It's one of two things. And okay, yeah. So the car tracker has it going to the southernmost tip of this little that nautical term for
Peninsula.
Yeah. The southernmost tip of this peninsula, and then leaving his car there for like a day at a time before getting back in it and driving back to the house.
Okay.
Where's the car now?
Southernmost point on the map.
The car is at the dealership.
So it is here.
Yeah, he did bring it back. However, you know that his like spaceship thingy is not here anymore. So, at some point, he drove his car back, left the car rental here, and then got his spaceship and did something.
So I'm still talking to this guy shooting the shit, like hamming him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And will I have an indication when mate is done?
I mean, I assume they will like get up and move.
Okay.
Oh, MX8 makes like an audible like Windows noise, like the doo doo.
With that, I'm like, I'm actually thinking if mate is okay actually paying this guy, let's not start trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, like the stuff specifically this, since it's not galactic credits and won't help mate get any weapons right now, at least as far as mate knows. Mate would leave some of the earnings there that we had discussed.
Do we want to just pile everybody in the Galanga and like follow the route that he took?
Can we check the car?
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Is there a reason you
check
want
the
to?
car for any evidence?
Do you want to hire the car to kind of like see it as he saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, we could literally like rent the car and then like drive it up into the Galanga and then just like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have like image scanning and stuff like that, but mostly I just was looking for from
if you wanna,
MX8's detective days, just looking for physical evidence.
Then
somebody could be driving along the car and I'll be there in the Galanga just in case like the car breaks down or something.
Just like flying overhead.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh, quick question though. did he rent the same car every time? Because if he did, that's suspicious. Or did he just rent a car?
Just rented a car.
Alright, so he took multiple trips with multiple different cars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you guys remember that his reason for coming to this planet, the kind of poorly kept secret, is that his mistress, the Espere's mother, lives
Mrs.
here.
Beachley?
Maybe. You know that the Duke referred to her as Rouge, and that's all you know.
Right.
So it might be Rouge Beachley. Oh, that is phonetically just unpleasant on the tongue. I want everyone to try saying out loud, Rouge Beachley.
I imagine that the Duke, also being possibly a chauvinistic bastard, also made it intentionally sound gross in his own language to make fun of her.
Bravo. Okay, so I need to drop in the galanga.
Hello, my friend.
Whoops. Come on. Okay. Little galanga. And let's see. Sprites. Mechanical. Car. Give me a car. That one's not bad. I might do that one.
Should make it a Flintstones.
I don't think either of those fit. So okay. I have found. Oh no! I mean, it's going to be this one. Can't believe I almost missed it. No big deal. Just wondering. Oh, God, I love that all of the metal slug. I love that all of the metal slug sprites download as GIFs, which means they're just constantly wiggling.
Bren, you need to move us over to that map.
Oh. Sugoi.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, so here's a truck. Here's a Gemini. Truck is controllable by all players. Gemini should also be controllable by all players, I think. Okay, so
are we traveling? Is that road that roughly tracks from Fire Spring Fest all the way down?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one he took. I'm talking about this one.
Yeah, it's a road, but the land, off of the road is just barren flatlands.
It is not really
so you...
infrastructure. It is just the area that trucks travel. So it's it's a beaten path.
Yeah, beaten path is a good word for it. I was gonna say more like a deer trail, but yeah. Okay, so you guys head down the coast. It is it's very weirdly beautiful. You've got this especially once you get to this point, you have this weird situation where it is pretty much it's vast majority barren flatlands to your right, and primarily like it starts out kind of thin, but quickly becomes like very thick and luscious vegetation to your left as you look towards the coast. And it doesn't seem to be any kind of like cultivated vegetation. It's just like this is where all the plants grow. So you drive down. I think it's not like you're driving across a continent. It's like it's not like you're driving across a continent. It's more like maybe like a 3-hour drive, I think, to get down to the bottom of the peninsula. That kind of looks right. So you guys get to the bottom of the peninsula. Along the way, you haven't really spotted anything particularly alarming. There were a few upsettingly large creatures roaming the drylands as you drove past that looks like because you're in a truck and a spaceship respectively, they're not going to mess it with you, but you think that maybe like some of them look distinctly like carnivores, and some of them look distinctly like carnivores that could very easily eat a human-sized thing. So they're avoiding you as long as you're in the truck, but not doing anything from there. So you guys, you follow to the GPS coordinates that he stopped off at. The GPS coordinates are right here at the southernmost, well, not the southernmost tip of this peninsula, but this particular tip. There is a dock where it's not like a dock that you would dock like big naval vessels at. It's more of like a ferry. So it looks like maybe a ferry would come and pick him up from here and take him somewhere else. That is the extent of the information.
Should we follow the path of like the ferry?
Does
Going
the
to the other side?
I'm guessing goes across this narrow street, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Over to the other side. And I'm guessing that is visible on our side, that it is like a body of water, but it is not like several miles away we see the other side.
No, it's it looks like maybe half of a mile across.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Roy steps out of the truck, in case we're not already outside of the truck. Roy steps out of the truck and grabs his mag platform, which looks sort of like a George Jetson style suitcase at this point, taps a button, and it unfolds and becomes a power armor / tiny mech suit around him. He uses it to fly up about 50 feet in the air to get a better view of what's on the other side.
Do you like that you have just become Iron Man?
Well, I can't fly forever. I can't do it forever. There are limits. But yeah,
Okay.
so if we get a better view, basically I did all that to, one, to introduce the suit, but two, getting a better view, is there anything that I can see on the other side that may indicate some kind of human act or
I'm just
some kind of
hovering
sentient
in the
activity?
Galanga, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm up hovering in the Galanga, and I just see like a little Roy, like off in my peripherals, like a woo, and he's up at and Roy, they are up at my level now. Like, oh, I wave at Roy.
Roy nods.
So, what you guys can see from some elevation, and I don't know if you might have to just like bring some binoculars with you. It might be a good idea to just like have some binoculars strapped to the outside of the suit for long distance scouting.
Is Mate down in the truck?
Yeah, mate stayed in the truck.
Okay, so Roy snapped some extremely high resolution images of the other side using his disc drone, comes back down and hands the images to Mate for analysis.
Okay.
Wait, you're physically handing me Polaroids?
Yes, because that
Where did you
is the
print them?
extent of my out of my ass. I don't know. It's a hollow image, all right? It's not a Polaroid.
I love the idea of you handing some pictures to MXA and going like, "Here, these." It's like, what are these ancient documents?
I know, all right? Showing my age here. I was born in the 80s, all right?
I
Handing
love
pictures to people.
It's in like a paper like pamphlet, and Mate starts to open it, and it's like, "You'll ruin the film, you idiot! Don't expose the film."
So looking around, you can see that there are first there is a docked and abandoned boat on the far side of the dock. You can tell it's abandoned because, as we've established, there's this like lush vegetation that grows around the coast, and the boat has been overgrown with vegetation. I'm trying to get you a good sprite to put down there. Oh man, I know I had one. I guess I'll just use...
Skyrim music. I haven't heard this music in a while.
Can you turn the music up a second?
So many mods on my game.
Oh, this is Skyrim.
Yep.
I loved the Joe Biden Skyrim you guys posted.
Yeah, that was I saw that video. I think Nate showed it to me. Pretty funny.
So there's this abandoned plant encrusted boat on the other end of the docks. There are some beaten path trails that head out from there. They head to, so there's a small village here. There is another small village here, and then there's this like forest here that is one of the few inland forests that people might be using for something. But those are the only things you guys can see at a distance.
I think we should go toward the east.
Okay. Let me grab a like housing symbol for that. Scenery, buildings.
I feel like this might be the time where we have to drive the... Because the Galanga's got plenty of space to drive a car into it. We could just... I'll fly down, we grab the car, pick up the car, and head out, and we'll fly and find stuff. Fly along the coast and investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go to one of the villages. I know that we said we were getting off at 4:30, right?
Yeah.
So I think before you guys go any further, you've established that these 2 points of interest are probably where his next stop would be, and maybe one of them was his destination. So I'm gonna take our little star and move it over here so we know this is our last known place that he was at. So he was at one of those 2. I want to do one thing before our 4:30 cutoff. Come on. 2 front. There we go. So as you guys are, did you guys say that you wanted to take the truck over the river using the galanga?
Yeah, we definitely should take the truck with
Mhm.
us.
Okay. It's worth noting he did not take the truck over in the ferry. He left the truck here, got on the ferry, went over, and then must have picked up a ride on the other side. But you guys can bring the truck with you for like literal trucking purposes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys bring the truck on over to the other side. And just before you have a chance to take off and head to one of those 2 towns, mate, you get a... Oh no, you know what? It's not mate. It is
Aw.
Aviline who gets a message, and it's a video call. You get a video call coming in from let's see. It's coming from Liko, and in the little like preview image, you can see Otema in the background.
Oh, I'm
and-
absolutely taking this.
Okay, yeah. So, those 2 are both in the in Party Town, and they are calling you. I think Liko is the one who takes the lead on this. No, I know how this works. So Liko is the one who's calling you, not Otema. You answer for Liko, and Liko has clearly imbibed some substances at this point. And you hear her say like, "Hey, Aviline, how are you doing, my girl? I have
Wow.
got the hottest... hold on. Hottest gossip. You're gonna love it. It's like so cool.
Oh my god, Liko, I can't wait to hear about it. When we talk about it, do you have any more of your stuff to share? Because I want whatever you've got going on.
Oh, I've got plenty. Trust me, it's great. So
Okay, girl,
thing I had to
dish.
tell you, the thing I had to tell you is that there's this like, there's these like ghosts, you know, and the ghosts they grab you, and then and then you're just gone because you've been a ghost. It's fucking crazy, man. Like why are they doing that? That's so weird. And at this point, Otema, who has not imbibed, borrows the phone from Liko, and she goes, "Hey, Aviline. So I think what Liko is trying to tell you is we heard a rumor that might actually be helpful to your investigation because you're, I don't remember all the details, but you guys are doing something about like a missing persons case, right? So we heard a rumor from one of the locals that there's this like local ghost story thing about some ghosts who live in the ruins off to the east, and according to the rumor, sometimes they'll be seen like hovering just on the edge of town, and like the rumors say that they sometimes like come in the night and steal people. So I don't know how relevant that is, or how real that is, considering the, you know, nutritional habits of this population. But ghosts kidnapping people sounds right up your alley. Might be a clue.
Oh, absolutely. We've got to go
Okay.
check it out.
Yeah, and Liko at this point has pulled somebody else's shirt. You don't know where she acquired this shirt, but you see her real quick in the background. She takes her knife out and pokes 2 big holes in the shirt, and then she pulls the shirt over her face, so she's looking through the 2 holes, and she goes, "Hey, Aviline, I'm a ghost." Aviline, are you scared yet, Aviline? Aviline.
I'm so scared, Liko. You're the scariest ghost ever.
Boo.
I love you.
Boo.
Okay. And yeah, I think Otama says, and with that, I think it is time for us to get Liko back to her bed on the ship.
By the
So-
way, these game notes use direct Liko quotes. Direct.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's what I need.
Boo.
Yeah.
They get you.
Okay, so that is where we're going to leave the game off. You guys now have 2 leads. You have his car went down to probably one of these 2 cities, and also you've heard about ghosts that have been kidnapping people from over here. So, and we still don't know where his ship is. So with that, I think we can call it a night here and come back to it next week.
We're on the hot trail.
Good game, y'all.
Awesome. That was very good stuff.
It was a fun game. It was very fun to do.
Game
Yeah, this one
notes
was a
are
blast.
about to be posted in game notes.
Cool beans. Much appreciated. Thank y'all.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right.
Alright,
Catch
y'all,
everyone next
have
week.
a good one.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.